A big win for us to finish the week last week. Really, to step above and have players step up with our two leading scorers out was phenomenal. Really special to watch and watch their preparation all week and their approach. But, like I tell them all the time, if what we did last week still looks big to us, we hadn't done anything. A sense of urgency, a sense of understanding how important each and every one of our SEC games are, to take that same consistent growth mindset approach that we've been taking and to build on. Sunday will be really important. We're happy to be home. We hope to have a great group of students and fans come out and support. We've been into amazing rowdy road environments at Auburn and at Ole Miss, and we just hope everyone will come out and support this group as we head into a couple of games at home.
Yeah, as you talk about, 2 games away. Obviously not like the worst road trips in the SEC, but just still, what's the benefits of being back home and just being able to stick to maybe a closer routine than a road routine?
Well, I don't think, anything's guaranteed at home. I think you look across this league and I think there was one day where every road team won. And the parity, we don't take anything for granted. I just think when you can be in your own routine, and class has now started, we're resting in our own beds, we're in our regular routine as far as hydration and nutrition, you have to take advantage of that. And so, especially as we head into, 3 games in 7 days upcoming here, it's going to be really important that we defend our home court. We all know that's a big part of SEC play. And so we can build on our road experiences and just try to learn from them, but also learn that nothing is guaranteed at home. So that's the approach we'll take.
All right, Ashley?
This question is for Loyal. You've had a couple big games, one at Tennessee and then just at Ole Miss. Just what about the big moments that just makes you want to step up in the spotlight and help your team out?
Yeah, just taking advantage of the opportunity. We knew going into Ole Miss game it was going to be tough because of Britt and Meg being out, and we knew all of us just had to step up and just bring a little bit more to the table. So just being aggressive and just making an impact whenever I get in and just doing what I can.
Right, Mason?
Coach, usually when people talk about star players or the best player of the team being out, it allows other players to kind of get used to different roles, become stronger individually. Do you think that's kind of the case with your team, that when Brittany and Meg come back, the team will overall be stronger?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the approach we took when Aaliyah and Carly were out. Obviously it's a little different because of the impact roles as far as the production numbers. That was a big blow to us. As happy as we were at Auburn, and then we come back and we were able to go, wow, that was a great road win, but boy, we lost a lot too, considering the situation. But, it was more about, what we do have, and that was going to be enough. And I just think that's the approach this team has taken all year. So when somebody else is down or somebody's not feeling well or somebody's out, just they continue to step up. And I think the harder it gets, the harder they've gone. So when Meg and Brittany come back, I think it can be a blessing in disguise. We don't need for anything to change when they come back. We just need to kind of accentuate what we're doing now and let it be even a bonus. It's kind of like a bonus for us. So, I see it every day in practice, even with them out there, what everyone else can do. And I think that's the strength of our team is really unique because we have so many people on any given day that can really rise above anything that they need to do, even give a little more, and they've done that.
Hey, Maxwell?
This is for the players. Your coach was just talking about how there's nothing guaranteed at home. Kind of after 2 big road wins, is it a little easier to maybe lock in knowing that nothing is guaranteed at home after playing the spoiler twice?
I think with the way that our conference schedule is set up, we know that we can't take any game for granted, whether we're at home or on the road. So we've kind of tried to have the same approach, regardless of the opponent, regardless of the location, of just making sure that we have 2 good days of prep and going into the game ready to compete.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what HB said. It's definitely the same mindset. It doesn't matter whether we're home or away. We have to get started with a good start so that way we can continue and just try to win. We're trying to win.
Right, follow up from Maxwell?
This one's your coach. Obviously, I hate to keep asking, but obviously you an update on Jemiah, Brittany, and Megan?
Nothing new on Jemiah. She's still out for personal reasons. Meg is still, her and Brittany are working with the trainer every single day. We're just continuing to take the rehab day by day in the process of return. Britt was able to get some shots up yesterday. But again, they'll both be game time decisions, and that's all I know today. Every day's a new day, and you just, embrace each day and each moment to see what the next day's going to hold. And regardless if they are or aren't back, I know we have a group that'll be ready to fight and try to get another win.
Mason?
Texas A&M is the next opponent on Thursday, correct, just to make sure. I know their record kind of will indicate maybe not a good team, but what have you seen from film in preparation for them in that game?
Oh, no, they're a really good team, and I think that's a misconception. You know, I think that you look at who they've played in our league and how close it's been, and it's been a matter of possessions. So they have our utmost respect. I don't think there's anybody in our locker room that's looking at anything other than a sense of urgency and desperation, and this is an important time of year, and we need to grab every opportunity. So we're talking about, you know, exactly understanding that Aaliyah Patty, who's an Ohio State transfer, and Jada Malone are so good inside. They run more ball screen actions than anybody in the country. I think they're number one in that. We've got our hands full trying to defend them. Again, they bring a system and style of play that defensively we've always struggled to score against at Georgia. Obviously, the personnel, you know, isn't the same. There's a couple of faces that we're very familiar with. So we got to be able to find ways to score buckets and control the tempo of the game. They're going to try to minimize possessions, and we're going to have our hands full. So I don't think there's anybody that's going to look at their record. I think that's what you guys in the media do, and I really respect it. But at the end of the day, when you throw it up in this league, I think you look last night at Vandy and Arkansas, what just about happened. So we don't need to give them any examples. Our sense of urgency about who Alabama needs to be. Guys, look, we're desperate. We're hungry. This team wants to make the NCAA tournament, and we understand every opportunity in front of us counts just the same.
Great, Maxwell?
I think you talk about, obviously, A&M went through a coaching change. Gary Blair retired after the season, being a stable there, and now at least it's a kind of a familiar face with Jody coming over. It's Jody, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm bad at names, but coming over to Georgia, at least there's the benefit of you know, you've had a lot of matches with Georgia. What are kind of the differences from last year and then this year?
Well, I think she's done an unbelievable job considering all the injuries that they've had, considering the personnel changes, and she's adapted some of the things that they're doing to fit, obviously, their personnel. You know, they've played more zone than I've seen her play in a 1-2-2, around 150 possessions, and then they're doing a really good job in their man defense. So they make it hard on people. You know, when you look at across our league and what they're doing defensively, it's really, really good. And so she's done a really good job of making the most out of what they have and the situation they're faced with on a rebuild. And, you know, she's going to do a great job there. So we got our hands full to be well coached and prepared, because they definitely, as much as we've played them, you know, and as many close games as we've had, they really understand our system as well.
All right, and we'll finish with Ashley.
Coach, you mentioned earlier just playing against stout defenses. You played teams like Ole Miss, Georgia. How does playing these tough defenses kind of prepare you for LSU in the future and then later on down the stretch, South Carolina?
Well, it really does prepare us. What's been interesting, Ashley, is when you look across the different systems and style of play defensively. Like, we've played an Auburn team who gets up and picks you up full court and presses you and really hard in man and active and long and athletic, and then you turn around and you play Ole Miss, and now you turn around and play an A&M team that's so good with their man, and then, you know, obviously an LSU team too. So it's been good because we've tried to make the point with our team a lot of the things that we're working on from a fundamental standpoint early in practice to carrying that out into our game plan time, we can really build on. So it's been good for us, and obviously we've responded a little bit, and we want to come out and, you know, dictate the tempo. We've been able to do that on the road twice. That's going to be important we do that Thursday night.